when I first started to play the guitar, a lot of you know about this, you learn these kind of blues patterns, on guitar especially. And then you realize, man, I'm getting it, you know, I am getting the guitar. And you play those licks to death, you know, and you get it, and you really get some stuff. And that's blues, you know, that is a scale, right? But you don't think so much, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 7, 1. You know, it's just because it's something your ear can get to, you know, and you get it on your fingers. Then when you start to want to learn about jazz, all of a sudden there are all these changes. And it's harder, you know, because you have to make the changes. But you learn how to do that. Not with one scale or anything, but just you learn the changes. You learn the chords, you learn the movement of those chords, and you learn to play melodies through it. And then it becomes the same as, you know, it's just you're playing Take the A Train. You know, and that's playing Take the A Train, which are these chords, you know. If you take the A Train, the fifth is way to get to Harlem. You know, it's like 4 chords or something. So it's a little more to it, you know, but you can get into that. At first it's real hard. Oh shit, I have to remember to make this other scale there or whatever. But then, after a while, you can sing through it. Boom, 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 boom. You know? So what I'm trying to do is, those melodies live inside me, and I also know the fingering because I've worked on it for a long time. Just like I worked on, right? Wrong. Right. That's right. What she said was, can I say something about silence, using silence in music? And it is the last thing that we think of, isn't it? You know, for learning to play an instrument, you learn to play, you know. You don't learn how to not play, but we actually have to learn how to not play and not compose in order, you know, to let things breathe and make them be natural, you know. And it's really important, and especially improvisers, you know, when they first learn to play, they just try and fill up the canvas, and it's not as effective. You know, you just have to force yourself. If you believe in space abstractly, like I believe that my music has too many notes in it, then you have to force yourself to shut up. And it's painful. It's sort of like you get... But that silence in there sometimes is better than what you were doing, and you need it, and then you can come back with a good idea, you know. And it's, you know, it's absolutely essential, the holes between the notes, for music and for everything. It's conversation. It's part of the rhythm. You know, man, you know, it's all, none of it's worthwhile. I've never met anybody who hustled it completely. You know, somebody who couldn't play or didn't have anything together, who just hustled their way to the top. It's, you know, the world it's just not like that, you know. People know. People know when it's good, and that's what they're going to like. And they won't come hear you, even if you, you know, just were a great businessman and got, you know, there's a myth. People think, too, that, well, you know, this music business is bullshit. It's just, you know, whatever the majors want to put out there. That's true to a certain extent, but, you know, all the people playing at this festival, some of them are really huge and others are not so well known, but they're all really good, and that's why they made it, you know. They probably don't have the things in their personality that stop them. There's some people that are really talented that go out there and blow it. you know, who can't get along with other people and do things that are really nasty, and then nobody calls them because it doesn't matter if they're good, nobody wants to be around them. That's true. Okay.
I talked to Gerhard. The hand is not going to beat it. It's already preset, but I'm going to go in early.